Today I'll be sharing 3 smooth mask transitions that you can use on your music videos. Let's get into it. We'll start by transitioning these 2 clips over here. Just go to the second clip, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, right click and freeze that frame. I'll give it a different color. Push these to my left hand side and cut whatever comes after the cut. Find your pen tool, try to follow some shapes that are in your scene. In this case, I will follow this building over here, drop down over here, go around this wheel, and then I will just follow this building over here together with the subject. I've joined the mask together. Simply duplicate this, hit M and delete the mask from that one. We need to draw another mask. I will hide the other layers and then I will simply go around this section once again, go around the wheel and inside it, and then close up that mask. So this is our second mask. So now we have the first mask that we did and then the second mask that we've also done, and now we need to just select everything else as the third mask. And the easiest way to do that is by simply hitting Ctrl D on one of the masked layers, hit M, put that mask to subtract. I will go to my first mask, hit M, copy mask 1, paste it to this layer, put it also on subtract. If I hide the other layers, we've been left with the rest of the space. So now we have 3 subsections with masked layers. With my selection tool, I will now re-enable the other layers that have these masks. Hold shift and click on all of them, hit P, add a position keyframe, push these keyframes to the end since that's our final result, and then from up here highlight on the individual mask and then push the position keyframe up or down depending on the aesthetics. So I'll have it come from the right hand side. This other one should come from, I'll actually have it come from the bottom. Finally, this other one should come from the top or any direction that you might find fascinating. Highlight on all your keyframes, put them on easy ease. As it stands, this is how the transition looks like. We just need to alter the keyframes a bit. Highlight on your keyframes, go to the graph editor, make the transition fastest in the beginning by pushing your points like this, and do the same for the other freeze frames, and finish with adding motion blur to the 3 freeze frame layers. And this is our final result. For our second transition, we'll work on these 2 clips over here. Go to the second clip, hit Ctrl D, right click and freeze that frame. Push these to my left hand side, cut whatever is on my right hand side. Grab my pen tool, draw a mask maybe halfway through the screen. I'll just go around the subject. Then once I'm somewhere around here, I'll just take this mask up and then cut halfway through the screen and join these points. I'll hit M twice, increase the feather for that just a little bit, around 6. Switch back to my selection tool. I'll hit P so that we have the position keyframes. Push this keyframe to the end since this is our final result. You can manually drag your clip to the right side of the screen. Put these keyframes on easy ease. So now we have something that comes in like this. We just need to prevent this snapping over here by making it morph a bit more smoothly. Duplicate this layer, hit M, change the mask from add to subtract so that we choose everything but that selection. I'll once again hit P and delete the keyframes from this and put the initial values, which is 960 by 540. Hit T so that you have the opacity keyframes on this one. Drag that keyframe to the end, then initially have this opacity starts at 0. Make sure it's on easy ease. Then just try to align these together with the other keyframe for this other mask, like that. In this example, make sure that these opacity keyframes are fastest towards the end. Finally, go to the position keyframes for this layer with the subject. Make sure the transition is fastest in the beginning. Make sure motion blur is enabled, and this is our final result. For our final transition, I want us to use a foreground object to make this happen. So right at the beginning of this frame, I can spot this wheel over here. Hit Ctrl D and freeze it. Then find your ellipse tool and try to draw a perfect circle around this wheel. You can also hit Ctrl T so that you can alter this better. I will push this to my left hand side and cut everything on my right, give it a different color, put the mask on subtract. I will hit M twice and feather it a bit more, feather that mask up to around 10. So I think this is a good selection to work with. Find your anchor point tool and put the anchor point in between this wheel or this circle. Go back to your selection tool, hit S, add a keyframe, squeeze it to the end since that's our final result, and then zoom into this wheel. Put the keyframes on easy ease, and finally adjust the graph. Make the transition fastest in the beginning. Make sure you enable motion blur for this layer so you can see it comes in very smooth and transitions easily. And yeah, I hope you did enjoy these smooth mask transitions. Once again, feel free to visit my website at dannyjames.co for preset packs and LUTs to level up your visuals. My name is Danny James. See you guys on the next tutorial. Peace.